my thing. If you're gonna be a side chick, at least do it right. Initially, this video was about to be my unpopular opinion about the whole love triangle against Major League Baseball player Tim Anderson, his wife Bria, and his side piece Deja. But from the time all of that was in the blogs up into the time I'm recording now, it seems like Davido, Anita, Chioma, and his French side piece, whom two of his side pieces are allegedly pregnant at the same time. Now it's just like, you know what? Let's focus on this. So I fell down a rabbit hole when all of this hit the blogs about Davido allegedly cheating on his wife, who they shared a child with that is no longer here. God bless the dead. And he allegedly was sleeping around with other women and got two mistresses pregnant at the same time. And allegedly the mistresses didn't even know that he had the other pregnant. It's just a whole mess, but I've been following it through. And from my acknowledgement, it seems like Davido hasn't come out and said anything. I know Chioma hasn't made a statement, which is smart, and I hope she remains silent. A lot of people are predicting her move. Whatever she decides to do, that's on her. So I'm gonna insert a clip.
And like, what really kills me is this married man narrative that y'all are dragging. Like, oh, I'm done with the married man. Cut it out. No, I did not know he was married. On God, did not know. Like, go to his page. Does it look like he's married? Like, I'm confused. Like, you know, rest in peace to the child. Like,
while I think Davido is a phenomenal artist, super talented, I think that he is a poor excuse for a husband. What husband would even subject his wife to something like that? Now, Davido is not off the hook. I think it's very tasteless to go and subject your wife to so much pain. It hasn't even been a year since they had lost their child together. And then you turn around and not one mistress you're allegedly, you know, having a baby with, but it's two. While your wife, from what we know so far, isn't with child. So it's just like, dang, you know, you both lost your child together, your only child together. Why would you not go and try to make another baby with your wife? Not only is Chioma grieving the loss of her only child, but she's also dealing with the humiliation and the embarrassment publicly. You know how hard that is to be put on blast like that in front of everybody and people laughing at you. As someone who has been on both ends of the stick, what I'd like to do is I always like to analyze what is the headspace of everyone involved in all of this chaos. So with spilling my own tea, after college, I was out exploring and, you know, just finding out what I like, what I don't like, whether it be my dating life and my personal life. And I tried poly. First, I loved it. It was really fun. But then it started to get messy because once feelings get involved, it's like, that's where it gets complicated. Poly benefits men, and that's just that. And in the dynamic, when you're in a poly relationship, even though it's three people, you're never gonna have like that same connection equally with each other. So for me, the connection was good with the wife and it was very interesting. We had fun, but the connection was a lot stronger with the husband. But we all still had fun and still hung out and, you know, really had a great time with each other. We got along fine in the beginning, but I noticed that there were some cracks within the marriage. And while I just ignored it because I don't like confrontation, but one day the husband came and was like pillow talking.
Oh, we've been really going through it and we thought that this would help our marriage and blah, 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 and I want to leave.
At that time, I had already started catching feelings. And I was like, wow, why is he telling me that he's going to leave his wife and blah, blah, blah. And showering me with all of these lavish gifts, money, anything I want, trips. He did it. And I allowed that to get to my head. Although I was never a secret, everyone knew me. I still something in me was just like, this is fun, but now I'm catching feelings. I don't know, because at the end of the day, when you look at it, this was the wife. I wasn't the wife. So technically, I was given side energy. But everyone just knew me. And the dynamics of this throuple was just so different. The way that these mistresses have been casting Davido, I always wonder, like, because I'm going to analyze everybody in this. For the mistresses, they are acting like Anita, for example. It seems like the perception that I'm getting is that she's acting more like the victim. Like she was wronged about something. We don't know. We weren't there. And the French chick just seems like she's a bit crazy. But both women are now out and exposing themselves. And it's just like, you know, why are you upset and feeling victimized and things like that when you knowingly had an affair with a married man, a global superstar where everyone knows him, from his country to the continent of Africa, all across the United States. Like, we know who Davido is. Even they know who Davido is. So it's just like, you can't say allegedly that you didn't know who he was, because you see pictures on Instagram of him and his wife. And it just makes me think like, when you were doing the do with someone's husband, it was okay. Now you're not getting your needs met, and now it's a problem. And that's why I say side chicks are going out sad. I feel like Chioma exudes, I don't know her personally, I'm only going by what I see on Instagram, like we all are, but she exudes grace. She exudes like just that beauty that's just silent, but you see her. And I know she was heavy into her cooking, and I feel like she just needs to get back to, you know, the essence of who she is. If I were Chioma and I had married Davido, I would have had a separate account wiring money to myself, so that, because I know Chioma knows that Davido's been acting up. He's been acting up before her, acting up with her before they got married, and he's even acting up now. I would have started wiring money to my account so that when my breaking point finally comes, because this would have been the breaking point right here, I would have had so much money that I could move on, still maintain my lifestyle. And that's not even the money that I'll be getting after the divorce. Just like that, for pain and suffering, alimony, all of that. Also, it's 3.97 billion men on this planet. Why can't you just get your own? I think mistresses, side chicks or whatever, I think they forget that no matter how much pillow talking a husband will do about how his wife doesn't do this, he can't stand his wife, or blah, blah, blah. I think some of them don't realize that they're only telling you these things to get what they want. After you feel that need, they're gonna go back home. And a lot of times, you know, these men will promise the side chicks that,
yeah, I'm just gonna leave my wife for you because I love you and you do this and that.
hence with Tim, Bria, and his side chick Deja, him probably or allegedly telling Deja that he can't stand his wife, he's only with his wife for the image or whatever, leading these women on. But these women should also know that there are only special cases like Swiss Beats, Mashonda, Alicia Keys, stuff like that, where the husband will leave his wife for the side chick, I mean divorce and everything, and go on with their lives and seemingly be happy. But that's not you. That is not you. If you look at the divorce rates, women file for divorce more than men. So I need side chicks to understand, even if he say he's gonna divorce and leave his wife, it will never be for you. 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 Even if in your mind you're thinking,
Maybe.
even if you try to manifest it, baby, it will never be for you. So let me explain what a smart side chick is. Because a smart side chick would be those side chicks that our grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents had back in the day, where, you know, great-grandpa lived on Ellis Street and he had his family he work and come home to, but finding out 3 blocks over, he had a mistress that he also had a family with, and none of the families knew each other. And I think it's because there was no social media, there was no cell phone, there was no nothing. And the culture back then was different. Women had to be submissive and mind their business, stay in the house, cook or clean. And they depended financially on that man, so they couldn't just up and leave, because where would they go? With what money? A smart side chick is a woman, mind you, I'm not condoning this, but I'm saying if you're gonna do it right, is very behind the scenes, quiet, and everything about the relationship is extremely transactional. It's not about no feelings. It's kind of like strippers. When strippers go to work, strippers will lure you, make you feel like you're in love. And if a stripper's doing her job, she will literally make you feel like you're in love. At that point, you want to take her out the club. When you're a side chick, you don't need to be thinking about no love and no marriage. Because what makes you think that even if he leaves his wife for you, that now your spot is available and someone will come take your place? So if this man isn't super wealthy, then you should not be his side chick. You should not be no side chick for no Pookie and Ray Ray or whatever. And I do see with this whole Davido and Tim Anderson, the reason why they're able to get away with these side chicks is because they have money and status. But at the end of the day, these guys are going to do whatever they want to do, but you should be able to protect yourself. Number one, not getting yourself in that position to be a side chick. But 2, get what you can get out of it while it's good, feeling good. A lot of times, these married men will use these side chicks as a pawn to spite their wives. If you are the woman and you have fallen in love with a married man, 8 times out of 10, probably even higher than that, whatever dynamic y'all have going on the side is gonna end in heartbreak. And that's why I say side chicks are going out sad, because side chicks, and I'm not condoning it, but my thing is, if you're gonna do it, baby, if you're gonna mess up, you better mess up right. If you're gonna embarrass yourself and go out sad, you better go out sad right. In the end, the reason why no man is willing to leave his wife for you or anybody of that matter is because divorce is costly. It costs to get divorced. Not only that, the lifestyle will change, the house will change, the dynamics will change, everything will change. And if you see a married couple that has businesses together, children together, all that, that is a big adjustment to shift. Are you truly worth him losing his family for? 9 times out of 10, no. So that's all I have for right now. Normally I'm not into like the blog gossip commentary, but I really want to shed light on a lot of this, especially with younger women. Like, leave married men alone. Leave married men alone, because it's going to be a time when now it's your turn to be married, and you wouldn't want anyone dibbling dabbling in your marriage. You wouldn't want a mistress coming in and, or your husband opening doors and wrecking homes. That's why I'm such a big stickler on women practicing hypergamy, women looking out for themselves. No matter if you are married, engaged, or whatever, your main focus in all of it needs to be yourself. You never get married to a man that is not going to give you a fabulous lifestyle, whatever. And even if he does give you that best lifestyle, you always make sure you are good, because men will never hesitate to embarrass you. And one thing about a man, if they don't have nothing else, no money, no job, no car, no nothing, they always have the audacity. So that's all I have. Let's chat about it in the comments. What do you think? What do you think Chioma should do? I think Chioma should just stay quiet and secretly wire some money to herself. And once she gets to the point where she can easily survive and live that lifestyle that Davido's giving her, leave, divorce him, and go about your business, girl. Or if she's going to stay in that mess, then she needs to get her a side piece too. And that's just that. Because I'm not about to be sitting in no marriage, no relationship crying, poor me, why are you doing this to me? Baby, I'm about to go get mine too. So now we both can have an open marriage. Because when you bring that to a guy and say, oh, well, since you did that, let's just keep it open. Now it's a problem. I don't want to be with you. And also stick to your guts, because when a man does something to you, if you were to do that same thing to him, it wouldn't even be no conversation. You'd have been out. And also, ladies, make sure that you always have your own. Get what you can get out of these men and have your own, because at the end of the day, You don't ever want to be financially stuck with a man you can't afford to leave. I've been there before. Never want to do that again. So that's all I have. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.